जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुना यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुनातीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। ऑल ग्लोरी टू द assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 13, verse number 11. Deva uchu Vedah usyatam kamam lochaneshu shariranam unmeshana nimeshabhyam lakshito dhyatma samstitha. Translation. The demigod said, "Let Maharaj Nimi live without a material body. Let him live in a spiritual body as a personal associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And according to his desire, let him be manifest or unmanifest to common materially embodied people." Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The demigods wanted Maharaj Nimi to come to life, but Maharaj Nimi did not want to accept another material body. Under the circumstances, the demigods, having been requested by the saintly persons, gave him the benediction that he would be able to stay in his spiritual body. There are two kinds of spiritual bodies, as generally understood by common men. The term spiritual body is sometimes taken to refer a ghostly body. An impious man who dies after sinful activities is sometimes condemned so that he cannot possess a gross material body of 5 material elements, but must live in a subtle body of mind, intelligence and ego. However, as explained in Bhagavad Gita, devotees can give up the material body and attain a spiritual body free from all material tinges, gross and subtle. Tvaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti so Arjuna. Thus the demigods gave King Nimi the benediction that he would be able to stay in a purely spiritual body, free from all gross and subtle material contamination. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can be seen or unseen according to his own transcendental desire. Similarly, a devotee being Jivana Mukta can be seen or not seen as he chooses. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita. The personality of Godhead, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is not manifest to everyone and anyone. To a common man he is unseen. Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhavet grayam indriye. Krishna and his name, fame, qualities and paraphernalia cannot be materially understood unless one name, fame, qualities, paraphernalia, pastime. Okay. Unless one is advanced in spiritual life, sevan mukhe hi jiva dau. One cannot see Krishna. Therefore, the ability to see Krishna depends on Krishna's mercy. The same privilege of being seen or unseen according to one's own desire was given to Maharaj Nimi. Thus, he lived in his original spiritual body as an associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं मंगुल्लंघयति गिरिमेत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. An impious man who dies after sinful activities is sometimes condemned so that he cannot possess a gross material body of five material elements, but must live in a subtle body of mind, intelligence and ego. So, like maybe initially like 10 years back or something, I got to understand this new information that a ghost doesn't have the five material elements. And even though you have read Bhagavatam once, but I'm shocked that Prabhupada has put it over here, and this is from where we actually give the quotes, but nobody mentioned that it was given in Bhagavatam. So that is very nice to see that Prabhupada has put it over there. And so the ghost body doesn't have a material form, and hence it is difficult to see ghosts. Yes, and that's why having only subtle body, which is mind, intelligence, ego, they cannot enjoy because they do not have the senses to enjoy. Yes, the senses and the sense organs are two different things. Yeah, this is also something which I was hearing in a class. The senses and sense organs are two different things. You might have the sense organ, but you might not have the sense. Okay? It's like somebody's color blind. They have the sense object, they have the sense organ, the eye, but they don't have the sense of color. Yes? So, that's why the senses is different. It's not we consider the sense organs as senses. No. The senses are different. They are subtle still. They are a little subtle. Gross than the subtle body, definitely. But they are still not material, not literally the sense organ. Yes. Without the sense organ also you cannot enjoy. That's another issue. Yes. So Krishna's body, Krishna is Sachidananda Vigraha. He is actually every part of his limb, every part of his sense can do every other part of his senses. And hence, when we offer Krishna anything with love and care, yes, patram pushpam phalam toyam, yome bhakta prayachati. Yes, yome bhakta prayachati. It is offered with love. He accepts. Yes, when we offer even food, bhoga to the Lord with love, He accepts it. Yes. But if we have the consciousness that no, I have to give it because it is my duty to eat prasad, then yes, Krishna will accept it till that surrender which we have. And in the similar way, Yashoda Mai, when she gives Krishna, he accepts it wholeheartedly. Why? There is love. Yes, there is love. And hence, it is given over here the quality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that He is seen and unseen with His own transcendental desire. He is so independent that He is not under the control of anyone. Yes, He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead who is Swarat. Actually, only Krishna, this is which I heard in the lecture, only Krishna, and that to Braja Krishna, is only and only independent. All other forms, because all of them come from Balram, they are all actually independent, but not as supremely independent as Krishna. Yes. They all are desiring to see Krishna. They all are desiring to be a servant of Krishna. Yes. Supreme Personality of Servitude Godhead. Correct? Balramji is Supreme Personality of Servitude Godhead. And from him everything else comes. Mahanarayan, Mahavishnu, Karnodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, yes. So, all these other forms, all these other avatars are actually, yes, they are independent, but not as independent as Krishna. And that's why only and only Krishna is independent, supremely independent. It's amazing. It's amazing. And that's why when Prabhupada gives Bhagavad Gita as it is that Krishna who's talking through us from Prabhupada's purports. The supremely independent Krishna, when he says, yes, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is not manifest to everyone and anyone. To the common man, he is unseen. Yes. And hence, we have to be very careful when we demand from Krishna. Yes, when we demand from Krishna that if I am doing my thing correctly, he has to reciprocate. No, he doesn't have to. There is no have to for Krishna. Literally, there is no have to. Yes. In the pastimes of his devotees, because he loves the devotees so much, it is his desire. It is his transcendental desire to enjoy with the devotees and give pleasure to the devotees. And hence, he is seen as he is. That's why the only way we can understand Krishna is Bhaktya Mam Api Jananti. Because he has given the way to know him. There is no other way. We can have degrees. We can think that I am from this background and that background, and hence I can understand more than the common person on the street. Yes, coming from an educated background, this is the modern education's benediction, yes, to human society, that you can be proud. Yes, you can be proud of your degree, that you are from Harvard, you are from Yale, yes, you are from ASU also, Yeah. So then, when the pride is there, because we want to enjoy, and hence, because for enjoyment we actually go and study all these great in these great institutions, it's all sense enjoyment. Yes, it is not for service that we had gone to an education. No, it is for sense enjoyment. Why? In the future I'll get it, right? When I'll get a job, when I'll have money, I'll enjoy. You see, the parents teach the kids. See, because he studied in his life, look, 10 years back he studied, that's why today he has a big house, he has a big job. And hence you can enjoy also. They don't say that, but you can enjoy also if you study very nicely. And this is what we teach our children also. Sense enjoyment, modern education. And because of that pride, we think that we can understand anything and everything, because this Bhagavatam is written by a sadhu. Yes, what does he know about mechanics? What does he know about quantum physics? I have studied quantum physics and I have attended this and that school, and that's why I'm more qualified to understand. I can understand Sanskrit more qualified than any acharya. And then I can go and search and find reasons on how. No. Yes, Krishna, being very supremely independent, even if we try, we can't find. It's not possible. He's Adokshaja. You can't understand him at all. He's above material tinge, above material qualities. Yes. So, that's why having material education is good. It's fine. You can use it in Krishna's service. But to get the pride, and that subtly it's there. I've seen it in myself. And that's why it's like, a drop of the ocean of the material world. We can understand that it is mostly in everyone also. But the greatness of a devotee is that even though he might have it, he knows, yes, that no, I am not. He recognizes and he works on it. That is the greatness. And that's why when we have this pride that we know more than our guru, yes, he is an illiterate, how does he know? Miracle things happen, but you tell me something which is educational, which is so intelligent. No. That you cannot understand Krishna. We cannot understand at all. That's why this Bhagavatam, how many times ever you read, you get new things from it. Why? Because Prabhupada is so supremely intelligent that a new person can understand Bhagavatam, and even a Paramhamsa will relish the same Bhagavatam. Yes, Bhagavatam is meant for Paramhamsas. Then how come Prabhupada is giving it to us? Because Prabhupada has given us in such a way that we can reach to the stage of Paramhamsa very fast. The fastest route possible. Yes. And that is the mercy of our Acharyas. Mercy of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, yes, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So many of these Acharyas have given their life to write these books so that we can have the fastest route back home, back to Godhead. Yeah. Otherwise we hear from this Baba and that Baba and we think that, oh, now I found the faster route, more than Prabhupada. Yeah, then why are we in ISKCON, right? We can go out there and be their disciple. Simple as that. Simple as that. And that's why, because we think we know, and that's why when we go outside we get baffled. Why? Because we want to be cheated. And that's why Krishna gives a cheater guru for us also. Krishna manifests that. In one of the lectures of Gaur Govind Maharaj, he was mentioning that you want to be a cheater, Krishna will send you a guru. Yes, Krishna will send you a guru. And then the question was like, I'm a cheater and how come Krishna is sending me a guru? No, which guru he'll send? He'll send a guru which will cheat you. Yes, because Krishna will come as the greatest cheater to cheat. And that's why only and only by His mercy that we can understand this Bhagavatam, that we can understand Him as He is. Yes, that's why Bhagavad Gita as it is and Krishna as is only given by the Acharyas, not by our own mental speculation. Yes, yes. The examples of mental speculations are so many out there. It is mentioned, so it's so subtle mental speculation that we can refer Shastra and give it. But if we don't have the context, we might actually use it in another way which is mentally speculated. Yes. Now this is very subtle. And that's why we have to understand what the context is. And then we have to think on it. Introspect that what have I done that is wrong. Yes, what have I done that is wrong? Maybe I might be wrong. Yes. Is there a possibility? Yes, there is always a possibility. For a sadhaka, he might be wrong. Okay, let me think about it. How should I apply it over here? Yes, maybe I can apply it like this or like that. That's why we have sadhu sangha. Yes, Guru Sadhu Shastra. So Krishna can only be approached through his representative. There is no other way. The day when we know this, that is the day when we actually understand that we are actually helpless. Yes, we might be chanting 64 rounds, 16 rounds, and with very strictness or not strictness. But either way, the thing is that if we are not helpless for our acharyas, helpless from the Lord, that no, I can't understand this. Yes, it is only by your mercy that there can be some help, that you are able to make me understand. Yes. And because of that tendency, that submissiveness, then the mercy flows. Yes. Shushushro Shraddha Sadhu Sangha. No, what was it? Shushrusho. That means we have to be submissive in our hearing. That I don't know anything and that's why I want to hear. But sometimes it is seen that we get it from so many people, but we think that I know it. I am so great that I know this. I know that. I have found out this. Yeah, we get proud. Yes, instead of giving that glorification to the Guru, we take the glorification for ourselves. It's a natural tendency of the conditioned soul. Bhaktivinoda Maharaj was mentioning that we are not just the soul. We are a conditioned soul. And conditioned soul has many characteristics. And the one of the characteristics is to be proud. Yes. To be proud of your education, to be proud of your skill, to be proud of everything and anything. That I am such a good devotee, that I follow everything. That is also pride. Yes. I know this shloka, I know so many shlokas. I am proud. Even though you know shlokas from the Bhagavatam, yes, it is connected to Krishna. That is glass half empty, glass half full. But the glass half empty part is that it is on the basis of pride. So yes, more and more chanting will purify. But the pride is still there. Yes. And that's why Krishna, Prabhupada clears it over here. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavid grahayam indriye. Krishna and his name, fame, qualities and paraphernalia cannot be materially understood unless one is advanced in spiritual life. Sevan mukhe jiva dahu. And sometimes we think advance in spiritual life means following the rules so perfectly that okay, now I am advanced. Yes, that is one way of looking at advancement. And the other way is that there should be a submissive nature for understanding Krishna. How can it be that somebody is following the rules perfectly and then he also cannot understand Krishna? Because his intention is not pure. The intention is to follow to become perfect, not to please Krishna. This is a 180-degree flip in consciousness. Pleasing Guru and Krishna is something very, very, very different for the soul. Yes, pleasing your mother and father is from extended sense gratification. It can be a service to the Lord if it is recognized as a service. If it is not connected, it is extended sense gratification. So many people are out there serving their mother and father, which is a nice thing, but it is not Krishna conscious. And that's why that is a problem. Yes, we can serve our parents because Krishna likes it. Because Krishna wants them to be happy and it is my service to make them happy. Okay, then it is Krishna conscious. Otherwise it's not. It is as simple as that. We can celebrate Earth Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, so many days we can celebrate. But if we don't mention Krishna, it's not Krishna conscious. Yes, it's not Krishna conscious. And that's why Maharaj was explaining once that we are celebrating this I was hearing one lecture and he was saying that we are celebrating this birthday of this child and they have such good samskaras. Why? They have come to the temple to celebrate his birthday. Yeah, that means what? There is a connection to Krishna. And that's why it is glorious. Yes, on the other side you can celebrate birthdays, but it's not connected to Krishna. So what? Then what is the big difference? No, because we are devotees, that's why it's automatically connected. No, we have to make the connection. Then it is connected. Yes, yes. We can say Hare Krishna before that. Okay, nice. 1% is connected, 2% is connected. But the intention was to do it for ourselves. And hence, to do it for ourselves is not unalloyed pure devotional service. Yes. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyana krishnanu shilanam bhakti uttamam. Someone might say that, oh, then is everybody doing that? Nobody is doing that. Yes, I am also not doing that. So does that mean that we should stop having the aim? Does that mean should we not try? Jai Shri Radha Madhavan. You are not doing it, so I will not do it. But why are we doing this nonsense? That if he is not doing it, then I should also not do it. Oh, everybody is doing this, so I should also do that. You know? Everybody else is not going back to Godhead, so I will also not go back to Godhead. No. This is actually a kiddish mentality. A kid does this way. Yes? And that's why Maharaj sometimes mentions that yes, you might be senior in age, but by maturity you might be just a child, a kid. Yes? You have adult kids who are immature. And that's why we should not fall into that category. We should try to be mature. Yes? You might have shortcomings. To recognize the shortcomings and then to work on them is maturity. Not because chalta hai. Who cares? It goes on. No. I have so many problems. Okay, you start working on them. then that is maturity. If I don't work on it, then what is it? It's a kiddish nature. The kid says, yeah, it's fine, who cares? I'll do it later. Okay, then you remain as a kid, then you will be treated as a kid. No, but we want all the rights, but no obligations. Yes, this is a material education thing. We want all the rights. That I should have the right to do seva. I should have the right to, to be called for this thing. मुझे नहीं बुलाया, ऐसा कैसा temple है? How can they do this? No. Yes, it's not a right, it's a privilege. Seva is a privilege. Yes. And if you don't see it that way, then there is no progress in bhakti. We might be very advanced, in our sadhana. But then actually the sadhana is on the plane of, Smarta Brahmana. Smarta Brahmanas do so much perfect sadhana. Yes, so much perfect sadhana than any one of us can do. Very perfect sadhana they do. But they are not even, there is a tinge of Krishna consciousness. And that's why they will never go back to Godhead. Until and unless they actually take shelter of a devotee. A neophyte devotee also. They can't go back to Godhead. It's as simple as that. And hence, bhakti is simple but not easy. Yes. The movement is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness, not activity. Yes, the consciousness matters so much with what we are doing, with why am I doing seva. Yes, why am I doing this abhishek? Why am I doing this festival? If we don't introspect, Bhakti, Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was explaining this. If we don't introspect, we might become a senior in age, but in Bhakti we might not be senior at all. You're just kids, adult kids. We give them etiquette, we give them, how should we say, respect and all. But we can't take inspiration. You can't have inspiration because they're adult kids. It's just simple as that. Yes. And that's why we have to be careful. We have to be careful that Krishna is not bound to any of this nonsense. He's not even bound to our sadhana. No, he's not at all. He's supremely independent. And what does Guru Maharaj say? He says, it's only by mercy of the Lord. Because we are trying, the Lord might have mercy. And that's why we follow Guru Gauranga very properly. Why? We try to follow. Why? Because by their mercy, definitely. Krishna may be, but by Maharaj's mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, definitely we'll get Krishna's mercy. It's not by our own approachment to Krishna that we are going to get Krishna. No. We can serve him for 100 years. He couldn't care less what you have done. Couldn't care less. And that is a fact. That is a fact. Why? Because, who was saying? Gaur Govind Maharaj was saying, there is no sadhana siddha in this yuga. There is no archana siddha also. There is only kripa siddha. And kripa is got not from directly approaching the Lord. Yes. Yasya deve para bhakti, yatha deve tatha guru. Correct? Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. And that's why I need to learn that how we can take shelter of Guru Gauranga very nicely so that we can break progress. Yes. And then we can see Krishna. Then Krishna will be happy to show us himself. Yes. Then he will be happy. Otherwise, no. There is no possibility at all. Zero. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. हाँ. तो सेकंड वाला तो इधर लिखा है ना कि मतलब द डेमिगॉड सेड कि आप रह सकते हो, पर वो बोल रहे कि मुझे नहीं रहना है. ठीक है, तो उनको मतलब द थिंग इज कि जैसे अगर गुरु कुछ बोलता है like Guru is saying something, he says that okay, you eternally be in the material world and be here, ऐसा. तो Krishna does it on the behalf of the Guru, correct? That is transcendental, that's one thing. The other thing is कि demigods के थ्रू भी भगवान ही कर रहे हैं ना. वो खुद सक्षम नहीं है, पर इसलिए इधर लिखा है ना कि इवेंचुअली, जैसे भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर बोलते हैं, अगर कृष्णा की इच्छा है तो हो जाएगा, हाँ ना. तो डेमीगॉड्स व्हेन वो भी जब आशीर्वाद देते हैं वो भगवान के बिहाफ ही देते हैं सोच के. जैसे ब्रह्मा जी ने दिया था हिरण्यकशिपु को, तो भगवान के बिहाफ ही है सब कुछ, क्योंकि इवन अ ब्लेड ऑफ ग्रास कैन नॉट मूव बाय कृष्णाज विदाउट कृष्णाज विल. तो उस तरह से हम देखते हैं कि वो दे रहे हैं, मतलब वो आशीर्वाद, पर फिर भी भगवान की कृपा से ही दे रहे हैं, नहीं तो उनमें पावर कहाँ से आएगा देने का. मतलब ऐसा है कि वो मुझे किसी ने बोला था कि मेरे पास साथी पर कोई तो बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग, कि वो रहता है ना, वो एक ब्रांच डंडी टूटने वाली रहती है और उस पर कौवा के बैठ जाता है, और वो बैठने के पहले वो टूट जाती है, तो लगता है कि कौवे ने गिराया है डंडी, पर एक्चुअली वो डंडी पहले से गिरने वाली थी, कौवा निमित्त था सिर्फ. तो वैसा ही है कि भगवान को ही ये सब करना है, पर माध्यम किसी और का भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं वो, तो उनमें सक्षमता तो है नहीं, वो गारंटी है. डेमिगॉड्स कभी भेज नहीं सकते भगवत धाम, क्योंकि वो खुद नहीं जा सकते हैं. अगर उतना पावर होता वो खुद जाते थे ना वापस, यू नो. पर उनके शुद्ध, मतलब कैसे रहता है, उनके काउंटर पार्ट स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में होते हैं. मध्वाचार्य के इसमें होता है, हाँ उनमें होता है, मध्वाचार्य के इसमें होता है, उनके मतलब अपनी लाइन में होता है कि दे सी काउंटर पार्ट्स ऊपर भगवत धाम में है, बाकी सब नवग्रह वगैरह वो सब भी है, पर वो स्पिरिचुअल वाले हैं. इधर उनको अलग दिया है काम, वो जीवाज है इधर, तो उनमें शक्ति तो है नहीं. एंड आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन तो इधर लिखा है उन्होंने चैप्टर समरी में, व्हेन महाराज निमि बिगैन परफॉर्मिंग ग्रेट सैक्रिफाइसेस. Okay, this chapter describes the dynasty in which the great and learned scholar Janak was born. This is the dynasty of Maharaj Nimi, who is said to have born from Ikshwaku. When Maharaj Nimi began performing great sacrifices, he appointed Vasishtha to be chief priest. But Vasishtha refused, for he had already agreed to be priest in performing a yajna for Lord Indra. Vasishtha therefore requested Maharaj Nimi to wait until Lord Indra's sacrifice was finished. But Maharaj Nimi did not wait. He thought, life is so short, so there is no need to wait. He therefore appointed another priest to perform the yajna. Vasishtha was very angry at King Nimi and cursed him, saying, may your body fall down. Cursed in this way, Maharaj Nimi became very angry, and he retaliated by saying, may your body also fall down. As a result of this cursing and counter-cursing, both of them died. After this incident, Vasishtha took birth again, begotten by Mitra and Varuna, who were agitated by Urvashi. The priests who engaged in the sacrifice of King Nimi preserved Nimi's body in fragrant chemicals. When the sacrifice was over, the priests prayed for Nimi's life to all the demigods who had come to the arena of Yajna. But Maharaj Nimi refused to take birth again as a material body because he considered the material body obnoxious. The great sages then churned Nimi's body, and as a result of his churning, Janak Maharaj was born. Yeah? No. वो तो मतलब वो भी तो लिखा होना चाहिए. वो we will have to refer to Vishwanath Chakravarti's ठाकुर's ट्रांसलेशन देन, मतलब ऐसे आचार्य के ट्रांसलेशन में होगा वो, क्योंकि इसमें डायरेक्टली तो ऐसा ओके ऐसा तो कुछ दिया नहीं है. हाँ तो ये चीज, बट वाई आर दिस डिटेल्स इम्पोर्टेंट ना. मतलब अगर डिटेल का जैसे रोमपत महाराज ने बोला परसों, हाँ 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 हाँ, अगर उसका आंसर मिला तो ओके, नहीं मिला तो ओके, दोनों तरफ से ओके। सो थैंक यू प्रभु, हरे कृष्ण।